I talk and interact with hundreds of different AI agencies who are actively selling to businesses today. And one of the most common questions that I always get is, how are you getting more clients? Or how are you getting more eyeballs on your stuff? How do you get more emails in your list? How do I get more customers for my business? This is manifested in a lot of different ways over the years, from things like cold emailing, SEO and blogging, affiliate marketing, influencers and content creators, paid ads, organic content creation, founder-led marketing. These are all very different ways to drive more traffic to your website and your offer, but it can be really overwhelming when you have all of these different options to choose from. And if you're just getting started, it may be difficult to try to choose one. And we actually just had someone ask something very similar to this in our public Discord. They say, how are you all directing traffic to your platform? I am currently using my network, but will be soon setting up ads, etc. Do you all have websites or send traffic directly to the login/create count page? I'm sending people I know directly to a login page, but guessing a website is very much needed. It would be great to hear what everyone else is doing. I sent a short response that says, in my opinion, a website, or at very least the landing page, is always going to be very useful, especially when showcasing the benefits of what AI can offer. The flip side of this is building your email list with free value opt-ins and then market to them with more of a direct offer. And that's what we're going to be actually going over today. I'm working on a mind map in a video tutorial. That's this video tutorial. Because of platforms like Stammer.ai, you're able to easily create these AI agents and sell them to businesses without having to worry about all the technical frustrations that come along with creating an AI agent and then setting up billing and managing all of that. It can be a nightmare. Agencies who are using Stammer.ai love that they can white label the entire platform and create rinse and repeat offers so they can sell to more clients faster. You can check the link below and there's going to be a 20% off discount on your first month. All right, so in no particular order, we're going to go over this mind map that I've been working on. There'll be a link to this mind map down below where you can copy it into your own account. Shout out to Miro.com, probably one of my favorite whiteboarding apps. Not sponsored, but hey, Miro, if you want to sponsor me, I love it. The overarching infrastructure here, the first part that I kind of want to touch on is the high level view of what we're talking about. So that way we can orient and provide a little bit of context for the rest of the tutorial. So one of the most common things, and if you ask ChatGPT to help you define a marketing funnel, it will most likely give you these terms: attraction, engagement, conversion, retention, advocacy. These are the classic terms from Marketing 101 of what your dad probably learned in college. But if we take these concepts and apply them to real things that we actually are working with, for example, marketing, advertising, sales, support, product, and service, we can start to see how each of these is connected to each other and how you truly need to focus on every one of these aspects in order to have a successful business and agency. So quickly going over the first section, attraction and engagement. Typically, this is going to be marketing and advertising, both free and paid. And we kind of break that down here by organic social media versus paid advertising. Now, the goal of these two sections could be quite different for your business or agency, depending on what your eventual or offer is down the road. But for within the context of creating and scaling an AI agency or an agency who is selling AI agents to businesses, one of the most important parts is growing your email list. So that's going to be the main point of this entire structure, is not only are we getting new paid subscribers and new customers, but we're actively building our list on the back end. So we always have a re-engagement opportunity. Now, for marketing specifically, one of the most interesting things that I've learned in the last couple of years, especially talking with advertisers who are running multi-million dollar ad campaigns, think like the Coca-Colas and the Pepsis of the world. Now, the information that I learned from these guys was at this level of marketing or this level of paid advertising, metrics don't matter. And that might be so counterintuitive to what you've been taught or what you might have learned in the past. But when you're at that type of scale, the only thing that truly matters is impressions or eyeballs. If we go back to the whole Gary Vee thing about like how many eyeballs did you get on your stuff, we can really start to see about how impressions and getting that first view of your product and service or agency is going to be so crucial and important. And that's why these items, organic social media, community building, content creation, blog, and SEO, are so important as some of the first items that you focus on, because it lays the foundation of what you can build on afterwards, like free value opt-ins, low barrier offers, and continuously retargeting those website visitors and social engagers. From these 2 points alone, you can basically have a fully fledged marketing funnel where you're capturing people's interest and then capturing their information in exchange for a piece of free value. And this is the main funnel of how you can drive a ton of traffic to your offer, is by providing these free value offers. This is what Gary Vee talks about. This is what Hormozi talks about. Basically, any online guru, quote unquote, will basically tell you the exact same thing. So then the question becomes, how do we create this free value opt-in offer funnel? Well, here's a breakdown of how you can actually do that. And this works off of the back of this concept of founder-led marketing or creator-led marketing. I actually did a whole video on this a couple months ago where it focuses on telling you and giving you a ton of resources about how you can capture attention, establish the trust with these viewers and your audience by continuously providing free value, and eventually get those people to opt into your list, at which point you can continue to provide more value and remarket them up your value ladder to then have them become some sort of paid customer of yours. There'll be a link somewhere of that video right here. But if we consolidate this concept to specifically the idea of running an agency, this is how I work my exact funnel that I'm actually doing live today because it works so well. So I have my personal brand on Instagram and all the different places and all that, right? And my goal is to create long form video and short form video. Now, of course, one long form video, like what I'm filming right now, can be clipped up into short form videos. Great for call to actions to get people to watch these longer form pieces of content. And all of that content is going to be distributed across all of the different platforms based on what format is acceptable by that specific platform. So for example, YouTube has YouTube Shorts. So I could also post short form video to YouTube. X and Twitter is really now starting to post videos. So you can post basically any type of video at any length there, I think up to 4 hours or so. TikTok is another platform that's testing long form content. So I can post the full video there as well. Instagram is really the only place where short form is still the only thing that you can post. You can kind of do long form content, but it's not something I would recommend for Instagram. Rather, I would do call to actions to get people to watch the long form content on one of these other platforms like YouTube. And then once you have this long form piece of content, especially with the prevalence of AI and ChatGPT, you can turn these long form pieces of content into blog posts, which you can then post on high domain authority sites like Medium and Reddit. This is one of the best things that you can do. And this is something that I'm trying to do more consistently now, because after this most recent update from Google, the way that they look at content and they rank it within their algorithm is based on the authority of the domain that that content is on. So if you have a brand new website with no domain authority, the likelihood of your blog post or your article ranking in Google is going to be very, very low or almost zero. Whereas if you take that same blog post and post it on Medium or post it onto a subreddit, Google will see that content and index those keywords the same way it would do with any other piece of content on those platforms. And the likelihood of that post on Medium or that subreddit being able to rank in Google almost instantly is extremely high. So definitely don't sleep on Reddit. Now, all of these pieces of content have a specific goal of getting people to take the next step of opting in for something that I'm offering. And so the example I've used in the past so many times is my all-time best free value opt-in, which is the top 100 AI tools for business owners. Simply a database of all of my favorite tools with a little description of what that tool might do. I had tens of thousands of people opt in for this resource after I created videos of showcasing cool AI websites and then saying, hey, would you like more cool AI websites? DM me the keyword top 100 and I'll send you a link. And so that link that people receive will ask them to opt in, and I'm going to collect their information. I'm going to show you an exact breakdown and examples of what that exactly looks like. But the goal here of this opt-in right here is I can have them opt in for a free value resource like this top 100 AI tools for business owners spreadsheet. I could also create a free value opt-in for a newsletter. And this is quite popular on places like Twitter and Reddit, where people will share news about different topics and then be like, oh, subscribe to my newsletter with daily AI stuff. And then finally, community. And this is one of the biggest things. And this is honestly where we're getting a ton of values from our public Discord. You can also do this with new platforms like School, which are newer and give you more capability to create a monetized offer within that community or within that platform, which is kind of cool. But all of these are ways to essentially just grow this list. That's the core underlying idea here is we want to just build our email list as big as possible. So that way we can then use free ways like email to then continue to retarget those people without having to pay for ads to reach those people. Again, think about it. It's all about getting more eyeballs on your content. And if people are willing to give you their email address and then in exchange for a piece of free value, then you can start sending them emails with more additional free value to continue to nurture that relationship. So an example funnel of what a free value opt-in could look like is something like this. When somebody is interested from a piece of content, they could DM me a keyword or they could get the link to this free value opt-in. And this is going to be a simple landing page that is about the top 100 online tools for business owners, and it's going to ask them to enter in their name, email, and phone number. And then there's a button that says, send me the download. The goal here is I want to collect the most relevant information for my specific use case. In the past, when I did not have a sales team or I was not willing or able to call people myself, which is a mistake, by the way, you should always call people. I didn't collect phone numbers because there was nobody to call. But now that there is, now I do collect it. And that kind of goes with some of these other pieces of information. Like if you're wanting to know how long they've been in business or how much revenue they're currently making, ask that question. Just know the more questions you ask, the less people will convert. And that's just simple human psychology when people start entering and interacting with these website forms. After people have entered in their name, phone number, and email address, and they complete the form, they're going to be sent to a secondary landing page where it says, congrats, your resource is on the way to your inbox. Now, the goal of this is to notify people right away that, hey, the resources that you were looking to download are being sent to your inbox right now. So go check. But the goal is while we've got the person hot, while they're interested and while they've just engaged and entered in their information, we want to position another offer to them. And so at the top of this page, we're going to have the small thing that says, hey, the resource is on its way. But the bigger part of this page is to position another type of offer. And so for me, trying to get people to sign up for Stammer.ai, it's positioning how you can use Stammer.ai to create your own white label AI SaaS. Now, this could be slightly different for other agencies who are selling specifically AI agents to businesses in a certain niche. So the user can view this thank you page and be prompted with an additional offer, which in this case is a free one-on-one demo with a human. When it comes to selling AI agents, the best, most powerful thing that you can do to convert a new customer is to get them to have the aha moment. Now, this aha moment is most likely had on a meeting. And this is because you as the agency can create a custom AI agent for the business in front of them live by having it scrape their website and create custom questions or whatever it may be, all within a few seconds, and have the customer test this AI agent live in front of you. And when it returns a correct response, the business owner has this aha epiphany moment where they're like, oh my gosh, I know how I can use this and how it could reduce my support tickets by 60% or potentially increase conversion by around 25%. And at that point on the call, you can then position an offer to become a paid subscriber. We don't want to try to get someone to be a paid subscriber right away because they're not familiar with you or your business or your agency or whatever it may be. So showcasing that you can give a piece of free value that is actually useful to them then starts to get them to be more familiar with you and be more comfortable to then take the next step, which could be booking a meeting or potentially even starting a free trial right on their own, because that's something that I would do. I would definitely skip wanting to book a meeting with a human and I just would want to play around with it myself. And so if they click this free one-on-one demo with a human, then they'll be sent to a calendar booking pop-up where they can select a time and a date that is best for them. And then finally, after they book the meeting, they will be sent to a final landing page where there is a video that they can watch that says, please watch this video before your meeting to provide even more context for the client so that they know what's going to happen on this meeting. And of course, basically at any time, customers can start customizing their account by signing up for your white label version of Stammer.ai and creating their own account and creating their own AI agents as they see fit, basically having their own aha moments on their own. And this is how people are starting to get hundreds of new customers and clients on their versions of Stammer.ai because they're just driving traffic to their white label version, getting people to sign up. People are having their own aha moments, and then they're converting on their own because they see the value of what AI can actually offer their business. So this is a very simple funnel that you can replicate for different value opt-ins, where this first part of the funnel can be different depending on what it is that you're offering. And I've tried dozens and dozens of different offers. The thing that works the best is stuff that is quick, simple, and easy for people to understand. People don't want to have to watch a video or download a course or read a bunch of stuff. They just want simple and quick information. So I always advise people like creating a blog post with, here are the top 10 things for this. Or for example, a resource guide like this, where it's literally just a spreadsheet of information where people can then take that and take action on their own. These have the highest opt-in rates and conversion rates for these free value opt-ins because they're quick and easy. Now, free value opt-ins are only one of the ways that you can get more clients for your agency. There's always going to be things like cold email, cold calling, paid ads, paid partnerships, and referrals and affiliates. There's a ton more. Today, we just talked about one of the versions of organic content, but over the course of the next few videos, we're going to be talking about these other topics. So be sure to subscribe to get up to date on all these new tutorials that I'll be releasing over the next couple of weeks. And let me know if you have any questions about any of the stuff that I mentioned, or if if you have questions on any of these future topics. And don't forget to join the public Discord where the conversation about AI and selling AI agents to businesses is happening every day. Alrighty, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks.